What is up, YouTube? I am your friendly neighborhood Endman64, and I am bringing you another playthrough of another game. We are still right in the smack dab middle, I suppose, of the Year of the Pokemon. So I figure, what the hell, let's go and tackle the sequel to a game we played or finished earlier this year. If you'll recall, earlier this year we played a game called Pokémon Colosseum, which was about purifying Pokemon away from an evil group called Cipher and saving the world from them. Now, this game existed primarily to get Johto Pokemon into Ruby and Sapphire, as there were no plans to release a game like Pokemon Emerald initially for that generation. Ergo, you would get some Johto Pokemon would come out in that game. You'd have some Pokemon coming out in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then ultimately Pokemon Colosseum was supposed to bridge the gap between them. However, they released a sequel called Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness, which, while not as challenging of a game, is definitely a more cinematic and enticing adventure for us to play in. Now, a lot of the areas are reused and places we've been to before, such as Fennec City and Pyrite Town and all that, but we also get new and unique experiences that have not previously been in these games. We've seen some of the towns before, we've seen some of the vehicles before, but there's also new things. New elements, new Pokemon, new experiences for us to play for the very first time as we progress deeper and deeper and deeper into the lore of Pokemon. Now, this is another game where you could transfer Pokemon into it and from it, thanks to the trading mechanics in the GameCube. Unfortunately for us, we do not have that aspect to us, because as you can see, I'm playing on NSO. The reason for that being is I'm currently also recording a bunch of other games for Throwback Thursday on my Wii, and I'd rather not have to keep jumping back and forth to swap projects in and out. So, I figure, what the hell? It's not like we're going to be missing much of anything if I record off of this, so yeah. And once again, I apologize in advance if you can't really understand me or if there's something wrong with my voice. I am currently working on breaking in a new microphone, as my old headset is dead, so yeah. It may take some time to get used to, but you get the drill. Now, like I said, there are Pokemon, like there were in the first game, that we can catch and acquire to use for our team. But for the most part, nowadays, these Pokemon are also a little bit more interesting because they have parts of them and mechanics and moves and things that they wouldn't ordinarily have. So, I am going to start a new game because I'm pretty sure we're knee-deep into Pokemon at this point. I don't think we need to hear the rigmarole of how to battle and all that jazz by this point. Alright, so we can set in our own name, but since this is the type of game where a character's name is more important than it is in, like, let's say you're a standard Pokemon game, I'm gonna go with the default name, which is Michael, which works for me because I am also a Michael. So Teehee. But no, this game is a lot more cinematic and adventurous than pretty much any of the than the other Pokemon, than the other game, Colosseum. But where I'll say Colosseum was a lot more challenging, this one's more of a fun story and cinematic. And look at this thing. Lugia, you kidnapped a ship. Why are you doing that? What is that ship thing supposed... What did that ship do to you? You dingus? I don't know. Nice way to start off the game. A cutscene of a ship getting kidnapped. Just like the last game involved a ship getting blown up. Alright. First things first is we have a Pokemon battle in front of us. I have a Salamence. I don't know how, but sure. And our opponent has a Metagross. Now, this is Gen 3, so Steel types generally don't have the same weaknesses that they do nowadays. So, what you want to do is hit Metagross with a move that it's weak to. It resists Dragon-type moves, and it's neutrally damaged to fighting types, so our best bet is to use Earthquake on this thing. Metagross is very defensive, though, so we'll just have to see what we can do about that. Alright, he used Sludge Bomb. We got poisoned, but that's fine, because all we gotta do is hammer it with another Earthquake, because Salamence is super bulky, and that's what matters. And there you go, we won. Player defeated Sim Trainer Loston. I could make a pun there, but that's just not who I am. I mean, it is, but you know me. Alright, Michael, this will do for today. That was a well-played battle. Michael, your battle skills have improved by an amazing amount. I mean, it was impressive the way you handled that big Pokemon with aplomb. You took command of it as if it were the same as your Eevee. Don't you think it's time you consider raising other Pokemon besides your Eevee? Yeah, buddy. Problem with that is this is a region without wild Pokemon, so I can't exactly catch Pokemon willy-nilly. Numbnuts. Whatever. Battle sims are virtual battle simulations using machines, but they don't lose a thing when it comes to recreating the excitement of a battle. I've tested it out before. The opposing Pokemon was incredibly lifelike. It made me shiver even though I knew it wasn't real. Okay. But that kid over there did have a point. We do have a Pokemon to start with, and it is an Eevee. Now, this is probably the best potential starter Pokemon you could ever have in a game like this. Because it's Eevee. As you would imagine, Eevee can evolve into multiple different types of Pokemon. Even in Gen 3, when it can only evolve into one of 5, that gives you the ability to choose your entire team based on what you want to evolve your Eevee into, or you don't even have to use your Eevee, and you can just wing it from there. Obviously, since it's a starter Pokemon, I intend to use it throughout the game, but you get the drill. Eevee is level 10. It has a quiet nature, which means its special attack will be up, I believe, at the expense of its speed, which is beneficial because all of Eevee's evolutions in this game and its primary moves are special attacks. It's level 10, has 81 experience next till its next level. Currently knows Tackle, Tail Whip, Bite, and Sand Attack. Now remember, this is before the physical special split, so Bite will be doing special damage, which is why you may want to keep it around, especially if you're going to be evolving Eevee into a special attacker. It is a fantastic, and I do mean fantastic, starter Pokemon to have in a game. So that's why I have no problems raising it. Hello, Michael. Are you done with training for now? You must be tired, but seeing you like this... My Michael, you've grown up to be a fine young lad. Michael, if only your father were here to see how much you've grown. Oh, I'm sorry. I promised I wouldn't mention that. Please pay it no heed. So, did my dad die, or did he, just bail? You never know with these Pokemon games. You don't even know with Ash's father. He's just a deadbeat. Oh, hello, Michael. Welcome. I'm writing up a summary on the basics of Pokemon battles. Like I said, it's mostly basic information, but if you care to look, I've written my summary on the whiteboard. After all, the basics are important for a reason. So if you need anything with regards to learning how to battle and all this, you have it right here at your disposal at any point. Like Colosseum, however, most of this game is going to be double battles, so you're going to want to build strategy around that once you have multiple Pokemon. But yes, if you need any tips and tutorials on how to battle things and use things properly, here is the place to get it. I'm not going to be running through all those because I have things to do today. So instead, let's go into this room and talk to these people. Hi, Michael. Have you finished training? Michael, this is the director's office. Did you want to pay a visit to Professor Crane? You don't need to be that stiffly official, Lily. But, oh yes, I've heard the battle coach singing high praise about you, Michael. I've heard that your battling skills have improved dramatically recently. That's outstanding, Michael. I sure don't think I'd stand much of a chance against you. I wish everyone wouldn't drown them with such gushing praise all the time. What the hell is up with this woman? What is the attitude problem? Like, I'm doing the best I can. Good lord. At least this woman's not my mother. Oh my god, she is. My son and daughter will become spoiled rotten. There's nothing to worry about. Both Michael and Jovi are wonderful kids. By the way, I don't think I've seen Jovi since lunchtime. Michael, I hate to bother you, but could you go find Jovi for me? Michael, I think you already know, but several research projects are in their critical phases in this lab. That's why your mother can't afford to take any time off at this instant. So please, honey, will you go find Jovi for me? You literally just, like, crapped on my hopes and dreams, and now you're asking a favor of me? You know what? This actually does fit well with the Pokemon universe, so sure, I'll help you. Thank you, I'm counting on you. I don't think you could have wandered off too far, but just in case, check outside too. I'm sorry, Michael. After 5 long years, this project is finally on the verge of coming together. But for that to happen, we can't do without your mother's expertise. Oh yes, I left the PDA in your room, Michael. Go check it out. PDA stands for Pokemon Digital Assistant. It's a very useful electronic tool. A PDA can be used for email, among other things. I'm sure that you'll find its many features useful. It's quite easy to use, Michael. I'm sure that you'll have no trouble figuring it out. Cool, I get sent on errands. Yay. Have you seen Jovi? Or are you Jovi, actually? This combination works, but this doesn't quite fit. Hi, Michael. I'm compiling the basic data for that big project of ours. Huh? What big project? Why, it's the Purify Chamber, of course. Didn't you know? Okay, that's weird. I ain't gonna complain, though. Are you my sister? Michael, have you seen Jovi? We were playing hide and seek, but Jovi's been gone a while now. Maybe she's playing in your room. Okay. Yeah, you could just get out of... You could just come out and be like... Help yourself, just like sit on this chair, but, you know, whatever, I don't care. Do any of you know where my sister is? Oh, news story. We bring you ONBS News, which stands for... Omnipotent National Bullshit. I don't know. Authorities still have failed to find any traces of the cargo ship SS Libra since its sudden disappearance off the coast of Gatian Port. There have been no reports of flotsam that may indicate the ship sinking. The authorities appear mystified by the way the ship vanished like smoke. There are reports that numerous Pokemon were on board. Concern is rising over their welfare. That's no bueno. Quagsire, you believe in this? No? You just don't want to say anything? Psyduck, do you believe this? Sound from the TV sets appear to be disturbing the Pokemon. Literally everything disturbs Psyduck, so it's fine. What you got anything to say? Rumor has it that there was a new Pokemon that even Professor Crane has never seen on that missing ship. It's very worrying. I hope the Pokemon on board are brought safe from harm. A huge cargo ship doesn't just vanish into thin air. They just have to be more careful searching. The ship probably had engine trouble. It must be adrift in the sea somewhere. Yeah, I saw that opening cutscene. That is not what happened, lady. I haven't been to the Krabby Club for a while. It'd be nice to catch Razzle and Dazzle's show again. So you hear that a bunch of Pokemon are missing and that a ship has gone missing, and you're more interested in seeing frickin'... You know what, whatever. Don't care. I got shit to do. I got shit to do. Actually, wait. We'll go down this elevator first. And then we'll check the other area first. Or after that. Alright, let's see. Are you my sister? Playing with a Curlia? Are you my sister? Oh, I guess not. My Pokemon and I, we're always together, even when we're sleeping. If you want to become friends with Pokemon, companionship is very important. I believe that. That's why I have an Eevee. Have I seen Jovi anywhere? Come to think, I haven't seen her since lunch. What a bunch of useful information. Plusle, are you my sister? No? Okay. Are you my sister? That's okay, take your time. It's Michael's room, but lately his kid sister appears to have the run of the place. Hey, there's something on the desk. Alright, Michael found a PDA. Michael obtained a PDA. If you're reading this email, then you must have obtained the PDA. Try out its many features. By the way, Adon was playing hide and seek with Jovi. Why not have a chat with him? I just talked to that guy and he didn't have any useful information for me. Good lord. I did get 3 potions though, so I'll take that. By the way, this game is not nearly as generous with its item distribution as Colosseum was. But, to be fair, you don't really need it as badly. Alright. Whatever. Oh boy, the world of Pokemon is so deep. The more I study them, the more I am inspired by the very fantasticalness of it all. For example, you know all Pokemon have types and abilities, right? If you keep those facts in mind and apply them to battling, you can always gain an advantage over your opponents. Cool story, bro. Hey, Michael, weren't you with Jovi? I saw Jovi with her Mimi earlier, so I figured you were with her too. Good lord. All I want to do is just find things. Are you my sister? Oh, you're sleeping, okay. Huh? Oh, here at the Pokemon HQ lab, we undertake a great variety of research on Pokemon, from their ecosystems to battling. Oh, it's you, Michael. You scared me out of my wits. You know, I'm so dedicated to my job, even when I'm asleep, I constantly think about work. Well, maybe you should, like, get a cup of coffee or something, sweetie. It's kind of important. Hiya, Michael. I haven't seen you for a while. Are you doing well? What I happen to be working on is a special machine for catching Pokemon. It's finally almost completed, my machine. I need to focus and work to get it done. Alright, I'll leave you to it then. Are any of you my sister? Are you my sister? Whew, the next switch is okay. Next to it, just this here. Man, there's so much to do. I'm not far from a panic attack. I might have to take a break. Oh, that's right, Michael. If you're going to take a break, don't forget to save. Yes, by the way, we no longer have to save at computers. They've given us the ability to save just like this. It's gorgeous. Unfortunately, you can only have one save file per memory card, but that's fine. I imagine you wouldn't want to deal with anything like that. We're in the midst of developing a system to purify Shadow Pokemon. Purify is the term we use to describe the process in which a Shadow Pokemon's closed heart is made to open it again back to its natural state. You see, 5 years ago, criminals used artificial means to close the hearts of Pokemon, turning them into fighting machines. We're developing this system to save such afflicted Pokemon. We call the system the Purify Chamber. It's not necessary in today's peaceful times, but one never knows what may happen. Yeah, you gotta watch the news. I imagine you'll learn things. Are you my sister? Hi, Michael. The Purify Chamber is almost ready, but I don't get it. There's no need to purify Pokemon now. I wonder why Professor Crane and Lily are in such a hurry to get the Purify Chamber finished. Maybe they're holding off they're trying to get you guys distracted from their closeted affair. Because let's be real, they're definitely boinking, and that's why my dad left me. Whatever. Oh yes, feel free to use the PC and healing machine. Are you a healing machine, Blissey? Nope, you're just gonna keep doing that? Okay. You go, girl. Alright, gotta go talk to the guy we talked to before, because apparently that's how this game works. They don't give us useful information until we find other information, and then they give us useful information. Alright, Gramps. I have to kick you in your ribcage to get a real answer from you? Oh, you startled me. Oh, hi, it's you, Michael. It's me, Adon. You're looking for Jovi? They're supposed to be playing hide and seek right now, but isn't she around anywhere? Well, maybe she's gone off to Dr. Kaminko's manor. It's a big, weird house southeast of here. How the hell did she get there by herself? Whatever. Jovi's it in our game of hide and seek. I wish he'd find me soon. My back is starting to hurt. Then get out of the chair and get out of the thing and sit in the chair, you frickin' mook. Whatever. Alright, so we know what our objective is. Go to Dr. Kaminko's lab and get shit done. Get her done. You know all that jazz. Alright, we already talked to you. Let's do some more exploring, because as you can see, there's always hidden items. You gotta look for the hidden items. And 2 antidotes. Those will come in handy, I suppose. And anything else here? Nope, that's a path out, and this is a path out. So I think this is a perfect spot to end this first episode. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm your friendly neighborhood Endman64. Join me next time when we go on the hunt for our baby sister at Dr. Kaminko's lab. How the hell she made it that far into the map on her own 2 feet, who the hell knows? Until we meet again, my lovelies, sayonara.